Many thanks, Olumide. And we have Valentine Obienyem. He's the media aide to former Governor Peter Obi. He joins us to look at the Anambra debt profile. Good morning and thanks for joining us. You listened to Mr. Nwokoye on this matter. He did say your principal didn't leave what he said he left in office. Give us your perspective to this particular one, because we saw you on so many other platforms giving out comments and statements on this particular one. What exactly is this true state of account as at the time Governor Obi left office?
Thank you very much. Let me start by saying that when this controversy broke, I got in touch with my boss, who is in Cambridge, undergoing leadership training. So I told him what happened, the press conference, the denial. For once, I saw him in a very bad mood. He said, Val, why? These people should have called me. If there is anything confusing about my handover note, these people should have called me to a round table, and I will explain that to them. Having said this, let me go straight to the question. The issue of handover note, 75 billion and all that, and the press conference, everything about the money Mr. Peter Obi left is documented. In this case, I prefer we deal with documentary evidence. It's not enough to call a press conference and say certain things. When Mr. Peter Obi handed over power, he organized what was called end of tenure report, and he invited everybody. He went to that forum with the President, Governor, His Excellency, Chief Willie Obiano, and there were all the bank managers there, and he read his account, what he is handing over to his predecessor, and he never said 75 billion naira cash. Mr. Peter Obi said 75 billion naira cash and investment is clearly written, and he clarified it on so many fora. So I'm surprised when somebody is saying that he said he left 75 billion naira cash. It was 75 billion naira in cash and investment, and he broke it down. Talking about the cash, as at the time he left office, he invested 26.5 billion naira in 3 banks. He used to buy foreign denominated bonds: Access Bank, Diamond Bank, and Fidelity Bank. And then he said that the state had about 26 billion in local currency. But let me even use this opportunity to tell you that it's even more than that. Because, you know, in accounting, I'm not an accountant, but in accounting, you give room for certain things. The money he left is actually over 37 billion naira in liquid cash, and then 26.5 billion in foreign denominated bond. Others are high-yielding assets. Talking about the money, I have a publication here, which I will show you. Like I said, in matters like this, one has to be mindful of documentary evidence. If you look at this now, this is Fidelity account, Fidelity Bank. The money Anambra State has in Fidelity Bank as at March 17th, 2014.
How much is that?
Fidelity Bank only, Anambra State has 12,846.
That's at March when?
March 17th, 2014. The day he handed over. So I have the...
March?
Yes.
Handed over in March, huh?
March 17th,
okay.
Yes. I have the bank, the account number, the account name, the bank, and the amount left. So if you want, I can leave it for you for verification. Then Diamond Bank, the same thing, account name. Oh, just I made a mistake. Fidelity Bank is 19,354 naira. It's Diamond Bank that is 12,846. That's what he left, and you can see it. Account name, account number, the money left. Then come to...
You know, we must take into cognizance that this are not, these notes that people have written, these are not the actual account slips of the state or from the banks, as it were. So some people might raise questions with this. But as you rightly said, I mean, they say you say that you left 75 billion naira in cash and in investment.
Over 75.
They acknowledge that there were some investments made, but they also say that there was also a huge liability that they had to meet. And the reason why they've come out to clarify what it is that was left is because some people have the impression that, you know, there's one money somewhere that the government is refusing to spend. Do you have a problem with that?
Okay, let me quickly round up on the money left and then I'll answer your question. Then the same thing with Enterprise Bank. If this thing were not correct, nobody would have put the account number. Any person can verify. And then talking about signed documents from the bank, let me give you an example. This is Diamond Bank, 17th March 2014, certified.
I'm sorry to
certified by Diamond Bank, signed this account.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir. The total amount of cash which you are trying to refer to, because you also talk about 75 billion naira. Over 75 billion naira. So how much, if you're very particular about the cash, because that's why you're reeling out this bank details for us, how much in total would you say that there was in cash left as at the time you handed over, the governor handed over power?
37 billion in
cash.
local currency, and then 26.5 billion in foreign bonds.
37 billion naira
in local,
cash in local currency. Okay, so I'm saying that they dispute that figure. They say they met that was what it was in their handover note. 9 billion naira cash, 26.5 billion naira in euro investment bonds, in bonds, as it were. So which is about 35, if you were to look at it as to be near cash, there's about 35.5 billion naira in cash, as it were, or near cash, as it were. Do you have a problem with them clarifying to people who think that there is a huge stash of money somewhere, you know, and asking for payment based on that belief? Do you have a problem with them clarifying what their stance is?
Well, that's the reason why I said that my boss wasn't happy over the development. He felt that the whoever is in charge in Oka would have called him to come and clarify if there was any mistake as regard what he handed over to them.
You think that is a slight on you, or the governor thinks that, the former governor thinks that it is a slight on him, or does he want to deny this government the right to be able to clarify things as they feel?
Well, we are all human. We know that every act has its principle. Mm-hmm. If there is a government in power, and if there is any question of dissension, the first thing you have to do, you have to exhaust all reasonable channels. You meet the man. If after the meeting and nothing is settled, you can now go public. It's as simple as that. But then let me. He asked a question. She asked a question. The liabilities, 86. They mentioned 86 billion. The contract.
185 billion.
185, and they said that Mr. Peter Obi paid about over 70 billion and left the rest for them. Let me ask you a simple question, please. Can somebody define what a debt is for us? If somebody comes to you and say that you're owing him or her, what does it mean?
What do you think it means?
Is it not for you've not paid him either for services rendered or for whatever he has done for you? Governor Peter Obi awarded contracts. In fact, let me tell you, before he became governor, or when he became governor, previous administrations owned billions in contract. He came on board. He paid all of them. Let me use an example with gratuity and pension. Anambra State was owing over 35 billion before Mr. Peter Obi became governor. He came and liquidated the debt. And then, today, he awarded contracts, and he paid mobilization, and he paid for all the certificates generated. In fact, but before he left office, he was not owing a single contractor. He was even the one who was asking the contractors
so he had paid the contractors for jobs not yet delivered.
What they're calling debt are contracts not delivered yet.
But you're saying that the governor was not owing any...
No, he was not owing any contractor. He paid for all certificates generated. And that is the principle of contract. If you go to Procurement Act, you even know that if a governor or if somebody in position of authority pays somebody in advance for work not done,
Just let me 1 second. Are certificates not generated after the job's been done?
No, it's after the job
has been done.
So,
but the governor, but now you're saying that the former governor paid for all certificates generated.
Paid for all the
in other words, the jobs had been done.
Let me give you an example.
No, where the jobs done.
Let me explain. If somebody awards 100 kilometers of road, they do it piecemeal. They can't finish the road in a day. So the person doing the job, if assuming he has done 15 kilometers, based on that 15 kilometers, he will not generate a certificate and he will be paid for job already done.
So were the contracts completed before Mr.
No, the contracts, not all contracts.
So where did the incumbent governor go wrong in saying that the former governor left him projects that were accruing to over 70 billion that he needed to take care of? Where did he go wrong in saying that?
The figure is not right, but he is wrong in every respect. With due respect to him, as I've tried to explain, the principle of contract is that you pay for what has been done. As at the time P2B left office, he paid for all jobs done. So if he awarded a particular contract and 50% of the job was already done, he paid for that 50%.
Let me come in here quickly. You said he was shocked when you put a call through him.
Absolutely.
To him, telling him what exactly is happening here in the country. Why was he shocked? What's the relationship between him and the governor at the moment?
If you know P2B, in everything he does, he has the interests of Nigeria at heart. He has the interests of Anambra State. Every day you meet him, he keeps telling you that he's praying for Nigeria and for Anambra State and for God to direct the present governor to deliver all the goods for the state and the people of the state. And that defines his relationship